Hey there and welcome. Have you ever walked through your condo and wondered who actually hires the security guards at the front gate, or the cleaners in the lobby, or even the property manager in the office? Well, believe it or not, the answer comes down to a single, incredibly powerful sentence tucked away in the law. And today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take that one sentence apart, piece by piece, to see where that power comes from and how it affects literally everyone living in a strata property. All right, let's get into it. And here it is, Paragraph 6 of the second schedule of the Strata Management Act. Now, I know it looks like a wall of dense legalese, right? But don't worry, this one sentence is the absolute bedrock for how your building is run day to day. We're going to break it down together and see exactly how it all works. So, first things first, let's tackle the most obvious question. Who is actually in charge here? Who holds the power? Well, the very first few words of this law give us a crystal clear answer. Right there, right at the start, the management committee. This phrase points a finger directly at the main players. They're the ones who are given the authority to make all the decisions we're about to talk about. But who exactly are they? Think of it this way. The management committee is basically a group of your neighbors, fellow owners who've been elected to, well, run the show. They are the decision-making engine of your property. They're the ones who meet, they vote, and they direct how the place is managed. But, and this is super important, they don't just get to do whatever they want. So who do they answer to? Well, the law puts a really critical check on their power. It says the committee acts for and on behalf of the management corporation. This means they aren't working for themselves, they're representatives. So what exactly is this management corporation they're working for? Okay, this is a key distinction. The management corporation, or MC for short, isn't just the committee. It's everybody. It's the legal body made up of all the owners in your building. You can think of a committee as the executive branch that's been elected to carry out the duties for the entire group. So the big takeaway here is that their power comes from the owners, and it absolutely must be used for the owners. All right, so we've nailed down who has the power. Now let's dig into the what. What exactly does this sentence empower them to do? What's the real scope of their authority? The key action word, the real heart of their power in this paragraph, is right here, employ. Plain and simple, the committee has the legal right to hire people and companies. The law then breaks this down into two types, agents and servants. Now, they might sound a little old-fashioned and similar, but there's a really practical difference between them. So what's the difference? Well, an agent is usually an outside company you hire for a specific job. Think of that professional property management firm that runs the office, or the security company whose guards patrol the grounds. A servant, on the other hand, is more like a direct hire, someone the management corporation employs and pays directly, like the cleaners or maybe an on-site handyman. The bottom line is, the committee has the power to hire both kinds of help. Okay, but how do they decide who to hire? This little phrase gives them a lot of room to move as it thinks fit. This is huge. It basically grants the committee discretion. It means they get to use their judgment to decide who's the best person or company for the job based on everything from qualifications to price. It's a massive responsibility. But, and this is a big but, that discretion isn't a blank check. Their power to hire has a built-in expiration date on a yearly basis. This is a crucial safety measure. It ensures that contracts don't just roll on forever without anyone checking them. It forces a moment of accountability every single year, where the committee, and through them, all the owners, can look at performance and decide, do we want to renew this contract or not? So, we've covered the who and the what. But the final, and you could argue the most important piece of this whole puzzle, is the why. Why are they given this power to hire people in the first place? What's the end goal? This final part of the sentence is the whole reason for everything we've just talked about. The committee can only hire people for one fundamental reason, to help the management corporation do its job. And what's that job? Well, it's things like maintaining the pool, collecting service charges, making sure the elevators work, everything that's needed to keep the building running properly and safely for everyone. So let's just walk through that logic. It's pretty straightforward. First, the committee sees a need. Hey, the gardens are a mess, or our finances are getting complicated. Second, acting on behalf of all the owners, they make a decision. Third, they go out and employ the help they need, whether it's a landscaping company or an accounting firm. All of this is done to achieve that one final goal, making sure the building is well managed and a great place to live. Okay, we've torn apart all the legal language, but now let's put it all back together. Why on earth should you, as an owner or a resident, care about this one sentence from some act? What does it actually mean for your day-to-day life? This is where it all becomes real. Let's boil everything we've just discussed down into a few clear, practical points that you can take away. So let's wrap this up. The committee that you and your neighbors elect has the full legal power to hire the people who manage your home every single day. We're talking about everyone, from the property management company that sends your bills to the person who cleans your lobby. Just remember, their decisions are always supposed to be for the good of everyone in the building. They have the discretion to pick who they think is best, and most importantly, all of these hiring decisions have to be reviewed every single year. And that really brings us to the final thought. Now that you understand the power that's laid out in paragraph 6, I want you to take a look around your own building. Think about the management, the cleanliness, the security. This law gives your elected committee the tools they need to get the job done right. The real question for every single owner is this: are those tools being used effectively to serve you and to build a better community for everyone who lives there? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.